we're streaming right now.
Just stab me.
It's on there.
Yes. It's on?
You want to say hi to everyone?
Yeah, hi. Is that little wave over there? Is that a good sign?
Cool.
Are we on?
You're already on the podcast.
I know, but just wave. Can you give us like a clear signal when we're actually on, so I can do the intro?
You're on now.
I know, but are we on YouTube? Are we on the tubes?
YouTube right here.
All right. Well, welcome to the Friendish podcast, episode 1. I'm your host, Bree Perry.
I'm Caitlin Moody.
And that's okay. That's all right.
How I did it.
That's her last name, real last name, not fake. This is our real names. Totally real. We're joining you from the TSPN network, timespentpoorly.fun. You can catch us on Spotify or iTunes or any other podcast shit. So, yeah, here we are. It's a Friendish podcast. We're just gonna get rolling, I guess.
Yeah, let's just dive in.
Yeah, so I mean, every Sunday we're gonna be talking about food and being friends and what it's like to be fucking lonely sometimes.
All of that.
And how awkward our friendship is sometimes because we are kind of new friends. So, I mean, it's not really that awkward, but I'm awkward. That's the problem. It's me.
I'm painfully awkward.
Yeah.
So awkward. So people get to enjoy that.
So, you know, like,
a little fun treat.
Yeah, I'm pretty awkward all the time, and the only time I'm not like 100% awkward, or when I'm not aware of how awkward I am, is when I'm drinking. So I need to not be sober for this podcast.
Yeah, so.
And most of the time I won't be. So.
Let's be honest.
But I promise that it'll still be like a good podcast. I mean, I can't guarantee that everybody will like it, but it's gonna have content. We're gonna make food. We're gonna make drinks. We're gonna talk about what it's like to make friends, how to not be lonely, or how to live alone. Be happy being alone.
Yeah.
We got so many episodes planned out for this. We got a list. It's somewhere.
we made a list once.
Yes, and it is around.
Yeah. Close.
So do you wanna just go right in and
make some drinks?
Yeah, Caitlin, will you make some drinks for us? This drink is supposed to it's supposed to kind of introduce ourselves to each other, because I would say I could count how many times we've hung out in real life on one hand.
Yeah, this is number 2.
Just
that we actually have hung out.
Like both of us, one-on-one, without any other like friends to kind of have crutches, like
because I feel like the only other time we've hung out was when we
decided we wanted to do this podcast.
At lunch. I didn't bring ice.
That's fine. I don't need ice. That waters it down.
Okay, I was just checking.
I need it to be strong.
Do you need ice?
No, I do not need ice.
It just won't be cold. I'm just. Is everyone on the same page? We're good?
We're good.
We have a little ice.
We don't need ice. And that is our producer, Derek Knoll, with the Time Spent Poorly podcast. Or
Derek Young.
Hey,
everybody. Thanks for having me on your show a bit.
Yeah, you're not going to get a drink today. But what are you drinking today?
Coors Light.
Oh, delicious.
Okay, so Caitlin, describe to us what you're making here.
Okay, so my go-to drink anytime is a gin and tonic. Like, there's a lot of... There's different drinks for different Caitlins I want to be, I feel like. Like, there really is, which people will discover as we drink them. But my gin and tonic, go-to, for sure. I also read people who like gin and tonics are like...
Chill
yeah,
as fuck.
and
they're
I think
cool
they're like...
as a cucumber?
Yeah, I think they're also like cynics. Like, they added this whole description. I'm like, yeah, this is all me. We like
They're like
things.
the pinky out type?
Yeah. But I'm putting a little cucumber and lime in it, so it tastes
That's
better.
awesome. I never would have thought about the cucumber, even though I think I've had cucumbers in gin and tonics before.
Well, Hendrix is made with cucumber. That's why it's so delicious.
It's so good.
Yeah. We're going to do 2 limes. We got to amp the lime up.
That's fine by me. I probably won't do too much lime in my drink because it'll offset the lavender.
Yeah, I had a really hard time picking my drink.
Me too.
I like drink beer. It's my like casual and I'm at home, or like I love champagne. But it was like really hard to decide. But this is like number 1. Like if anyone were to give me a gin and tonic, I will always be happy.
It's like when the bartender comes out of nowhere and it's like, "What do you want to drink?" and you're unprepared and you're just like,
gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic. Yeah, I guess
Triple.
that. Yeah.
Ooh, but I brought this barrel finished gin, so it's fancy. Do you measure your alcohol? Because I don't.
I don't. I did bring a shot glass because I was trying to be fancy, but
Oh.
please do not measure.
Okay, because I don't measure.
I eyeball everything.
Put a little more in there.
Everything.
Everything. Oh man, I'm so thirsty.
This is a really good. Do you want to try this gin before I put stuff in it? Or put
Sure.
the tonic? It's really good. Like, I think you could just sip on this gin. Like a whiskey.
Oh wow.
Isn't it delightful?
Yeah, I mean it's probably a little bit different with the lime and cucumber already in it.
Yeah, that is true. I forgot
But
that's in there.
it's like I drink things straight a lot of times, especially like when I'm trying to fall asleep because I have a hard time sleeping. So I'll be like, I'll just go ahead and yeah, that wasn't me. I wasn't shushing anybody. Nobody was shushing me. It was the drink.
It's a drink. The tonic is shushing you.
Yes. It's probably like, shh, nobody wants to hear about your insomnia.
Oh, girl, we could have a whole episode on insomnia.
I know, right?
That looks like... I have no clue how to do it without ice.
Oh,
You didn't introduce your other co-host that you have in here.
Oh.
my little baby.
Do you think that looks
My
good?
babby.
Try it and you can add more.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
You should show the viewers who your other co-host is.
Oh man, that's so good. It does taste different without ice. I will say that, but
Yeah, I don't think I've ever drank a gin and tonic without ice, but
Maybe-
I don't hate it.
yeah, I don't hate it either. It's just different because it's not as like ice cold. Like this is a summertime drink for
Yeah.
sure, which is weird because it's January. January 1st, 2019.
It's a new year, new us, new you.
New squad. Sable.
We're gonna love that.
I'm gonna introduce one of our other co-hosts.
I'm documenting this.
Yeah. Okay. I love you. You can get down on the ground now.
Yeah, people can all see this.
I just want to like throw this out there that your Bob Ross tattoo is peeking out through that hole, like real creepy like.
I know someone thought that I cut a hole in my sweater just so that would like.
Here, let me take a picture of it.
Here, you can do it on here.
We'll post it on our Instagram, Friendish Podcast on Instagram.
Look how cute he is.
Oh my god. It's actually kind of terrifying because when I looked over, he just had like one eyeball out and it was like kind of scary.
He's just like, hey girl, watching you. Oh yeah. Oh, that is creepy. That's funny.
Because it's dark little beady eyes.
My sweet little puppy ate this hole in my sweater.
Aw.
You know.
Yeah, my dog doesn't have a jaw that's strong enough to chew through anything, really. Except for my heart. Okay.
Okay, so now we got our drinks. We got, gin and tonic.
I guess we'll do mine later when we run out. As soon as whoever
Yeah.
runs out first, just let me know and I'll let myself know.
Okay, yeah.
And-
Yeah. let everyone know when you're out.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure everybody will know because I'll probably freak out.
Start crying.
Yeah.
I'm empty.
Oh my god. Can you like imagine we might have an episode later on where we do cry and how embarrassing that's going to be?
Oh, there's 100% a chance I will cry. From
I know.
laughter and
Talking
From
about
sadness.
the past.
the pain.
Yeah. Okay, so let's like give a little rundown one more time about what this podcast is actually supposed to be about, so
Okay.
people don't get deterred by our small talk, because we are from a small town and we're gonna be talking about that. And I know it's unappealing that we're not from New York or LA, like all them big shots in the big cities, but I promise, like we're gonna give that small town perspective.
Yeah, and I feel like more people live in a small town.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of small town people who listen to podcasts, and maybe they don't want to hear about living in a small town because they live in a small town, but I mean, we won't talk about it a whole lot.
Just how it like.
Just how lonely we are.
Yeah. How it plays in.
And how to make friends. Like that, I think that this is why we started the podcast, is because we wanted to like let people know, like, we understand how hard it is to make friends, especially in a small town. And in big cities. We both lived in a big city at one point or another in our life.
Yeah, it's like when you get to a certain age and you're not in school anymore, your work life isn't filled with a bunch of people or out. Like, it's hard to be like, how am I going to just go interact with someone? And
Exactly.
And to come off normal. Like when you want to be like,
Yeah.
I want to be your friend.
Yeah,
please.
it's hard to just slip into people's DMs and just be like,
slide in.
so, hey, I just want to let you know I want to be your friend. And that's exactly what I had to do with you.
Yeah.
I had to just be super blunt and just be like, hey,
I'm gonna
I've
read
seen
that.
you
I'm
around.
gonna read that text to everyone.
We
later.
should just screen capture it and put it on the Instagram.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So, I guess, like, I'll just kind of intro myself a little bit. I'm 25 years old. We both live in this small town, right between Washington and Idaho. It's a small little valley. I mean, it's not small to us, kind of. It's like a pretty medium-sized city.
Yeah.
You could call it a city or a town. What did we decide, Derek? Was it a town or a city?
Small city.
A small city.
Yeah.
If you combine both towns, it's a small city. But we're right next to each other. We're in Lewis-Clark Valley in Idaho and Washington.
Mm-hmm.
But we both live on the Idaho side, sadly.
I know.
Yeah, we're in the red state, not in the blue. But, yeah, I mean, I graduated from college in 2015 with an associate's in graphic design. So, yeah, and I work at a sawmill now. so wah wah. That's my life. I got a small dog, and I'm getting married this summer to my producer. Wah wah.
Hey.
Hashtag me too. I had to suck a lot of dick to get to where I am right now to make this podcast.
Thanks for taking one for the team.
Yeah. And yeah, why don't you talk a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Caitlin. I grew up here, but I left and lived in Seattle, went to college, graduated from
I
culinary
should throw
school.
out the big city, sorry. I should throw out the big city I lived in briefly was Dublin, Ireland. That was my big city
It's
life.
cooler than Seattle.
It's not. Seattle makes more sense to me. Actually, Dublin is surprisingly a lot like Idaho because we all like potatoes.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I love potatoes. It's the only good thing about this state. Yeah, I graduated from culinary school, then I moved back here, and I'm still here.
Yeah,
So-
but you're teaching.
Yeah,
You're
but that's true. I
teaching.
am using my degree now. I wasn't for a few years, which sucked. I was in customer service. But now I get to teach people how to cook, and it's fantastic.
I don't give a shit. Customer service is such a nice skill to have. I have 0 customer service skills.
Oh, I learned so much from it. Like, it sucked my soul out sitting at a desk all day on a computer, talking to people on the phone. But I took away a lot of knowledge in a very weird way.
I
And
work
I have
alone.
more respect for people I call.
I know.
I have so much more respect, and I'm like, okay, I've been there, guys. But
Every
still be
time
nice
I
to
go
me.
out to eat, I'm always just like, I'm at like the waitress's feet. I'm always like, I respect you
Yeah.
so much for being able to put up with people like me
Yeah.
and just serve me, and I'm so grateful. Here, take a tip. Take more tip, please. All the tip. Just the tip.
Maybe you should give them more than just the tip.
Just the tip. A little bit more. Okay.
Yeah.
So grateful. Here, take a tip. I can hear myself. Was that an echo? Just the tip. I'm hearing an echo.
Oh, I didn't mean to have that. Sorry.
Okay. You're playing the
Yeah.
YouTube.
It's gone now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, you're good. All right.
Does it
So
sound okay?
That would be a great drop, though. Just the tip.
just the tip.
Just the tip. Take the tip.
I was just making sure it was streaming.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
It is.
I guess if I could get my phone back, I have an article that I'd like to discuss as a kind of like a good segue into.
Man, this gin is good.
It is. It is very good. Super strong.
I got it in Walla Walla. Walla, Washington.
Everything out of Walla Walla is the best.
I went there for the first time, like 3 weekends ago.
I feel like if anybody knows anything about our area, they're gonna know it from Walla Walla. Like the onions.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah.
onions and the gin. I guess like some. I'm
Well,
not
the wine, people come up here for
Oh,
the
the wine, too,
So,
yeah.
like, Walla Walla's huge. Walla Walla was nothing until they started having those wineries. And then all of a sudden, boom.
I don't know, dude. They've been making those onions, growing those onions.
Yeah, but I don't think people get them. Like, some people, I don't know how
They're
far
pretty
they...
infamous. I don't know if they're like as infamous outside of the Pacific
Yeah,
Northwest.
I feel
but
like they are when people come in, but I don't know if people can get them very, like, that much further east.
yeah, I don't know. So this article is somewhere on my phone. Here it is. Okay, so this article called "Loneliness is Tearing America Apart" by Arthur C. Brooks was published in 2009. I have a letter to the editor from Jacqueline Olds, Richard S. Swartz, Cambridge, Massachusetts. And they're from the writers. Their writers are from a psychiatry school and Harvard Medical. The original article stated that we were deeply troubled that Americans had fewer confidants than in the past, and almost 25% reported that they had not talked about matters of importance with anyone in the last 6 months. They talk about how staying in one place for longer than a year is important in order to form a community where you live and do projects with people weekly or bi-monthly to achieve it.
Yeah.
The people who are writing the op-ed also stated that things you can do are, like, to keep in touch with people on a regular basis are as simple as carpooling, and it can be as complicated as a community choir. Long enough, it could result in long-term friendships, and this is a simple, intentional way that people can create the building blocks of a community where they actually live. But in the op-ed, they also say, don't be seduced by the illusion of connection offered by the internet, which I wanted to kind of debate, because I do feel like people are starting to push away from the internet age now. I think that when it first started out, like, I remember the internet used to be a way to connect to people that so easily that, like, you didn't even have to really try to become friends with people because you could talk about anything. Like, and granted, like, most of the time it was about sex, but like, everybody wanted to show you their dick. But I mean, I used to have a lot of online friends. I mean, we've kind of had a falling out now because we're all kind of adults now.
Yeah.
Or at least I thought they were my age at the time. I don't know if they were, but...
Well, I remember, like, when I was in high school and MSN was so popular, like, I would get home from school and I'd run home. I'd be so excited to go home, and I would just sit on the computer and chat with people for hours.
Yahoo Messenger.
Yeah, all of those. Like, just message and, like, all these things. And they were people, like, I knew from school, but I didn't necessarily...
I think I initially started talking to you through one of those services, actually.
Yeah, I think you are right. I think it was Facebook Messenger.
I think it was Facebook Messenger.
It was Facebook Messenger,
It was a really long time ago, though.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is, like, I talk to people or I reach out, and it's like, but then I would see them in real life and be like, and just, like, walk by.
Hey.
But, because, like, what we said earlier is, like, we're so awkward. Like, I am painfully awkward. I just kind of word vomit at people, and I don't know how to get things going or, like, conversation. But online, like, I could be my true self, but also I could kind of, like...
Yeah, you can walk away from it.
Yeah, and then it, like, built, like, a relationship with these people because I wasn't face-to-face with them, which is really interesting.
I definitely felt as a kid that and I still kind of feel this way, but it was an easy way to, like, look over your thoughts. You can write out a message, look over it, and be like, is this really how I feel? And, like, you have it all in front of you, and it's, like, a good way to express yourself, especially when you're a kid and, like, you're awkward anyways in person.
Yeah.
So that's how I felt about it back then. But now I feel like there's so much value in talking face-to-face with a person that you just can't take that kind of thing for granted. Like, I suck at messaging people now. Like, I absolutely hate it because I get anxious about what I sent, or, like, misreading people's things. Like, if they didn't send a winky face, or, like, all that stupid, like, superficial
or that
bullshit.
Weird, like, if they don't respond to an X amount of time, that you're like, oh, did I say something wrong? But really, it's like they could be doing literally anything.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I don't even really try that hard anymore on Messenger, or like, I've deleted my Facebook because it's just been such a huge source of anxiety for me.
Mm-hmm.
But just the whole, I mean, I've kept Messenger so I can talk to certain people and I can see if they've seen it, you know, like.
Yeah.
But I'm even thinking about getting rid of that so I could just do texting. And just because Facebook has shown itself to be kind of like a privacy hazard. Not that I care about privacy, but I also just am like, I feel like Facebook is starting to go away now.
Yeah.
I'm
on Facebook pretty minimal. I do it more for work than for anything
And that's
else.
understandable.
Yeah.
If they could turn it into a more business-oriented website, I guess I'd still use it. But there's so many other platforms out there for businesses.
Yeah, it's not the
like
best
Yelp.
one, but we use, all of them. But yeah, it is interesting. Like, I do feel like I could be tricked into, it's like, oh, I have these friends that I have people to talk to and text, but if they're not available, then you're like, well, I'm still just sitting at my house alone. So it, like what I was saying in that article is like, don't get too wrapped up in that. It's like, it's a pretty, like, real thing.
Yeah, and I think that it's also pointing out that there's things that you do every day that put you in the opportunity to make a friend or to meet someone new. And if you could just realize those opportunities, and sure, they might be more frequent when you live in a big city and you have public transportation and you have to carpool with people or, that kind of thing. But there's clubs or, I don't know, school is so much easier to make friends.
It like puts you in, like, you have to be with these people. Versus, like, I was at the bar the other night and there was this guy sitting next to me, and honestly, which I've been really, really trying to consciously not make opinions on people when I see them. Like, it kind of makes me mad that I do this, but he was missing, like, 6 of his front teeth.
Welcome to Idaho.
He was dressed, like, really grungy. Like, all these things, and I'm just like, okay. And so I was sitting there, and eventually he just leaned over and was like, hey, how's it going? I don't know how to make friends, and my girlfriend broke up with me, like, 6 weeks ago, so I started coming out to the bars again. And I was like, yeah, okay, I get that. So I did, like, I was with someone else, so I didn't want to take my attention from them, but I did, like, I really empathized to this guy. I was like, I get what you're doing. And so I was like, no, making friends is hard. Like,
and the bar is the first place you go when you are single and you're looking for people. Like,
and he even says, he's like, I'm not even looking for a relationship. Like, I'm not trying to hit on you. I'm just trying to make conversation. And it, like, totally connected. Like, I totally got where he was coming from. And I really, like, I was impressed because I've never just leaned over to a person and been like, hey, how's it going? And he did that, and I was like, that takes so much courage. Like, I met a
liquid courage.
Yeah, which he did. Yeah, he did have that in him, but I still won't do that even after I've been drinking. And I made a friend in Denver who did that to me. He just started talking to me because I went on a trip by myself down there, and I was sitting at a brewery, and we just talked for like 2 hours, and like we still text just off and on, but I would have never done that.
That's awesome.
And I was really like, I was like, I hope you make some friends.
It's good to keep in contact with people that you've met in other cities, too, because if you go back there, you have somebody to hang out with.
Yeah, like, I'm going to Denver in March, and I'm really excited. Like, I reached out to him, I was like, hey, I'll be back, which I haven't been. It'll be 2 years, which is kind of cool, though, because it's not like we text every day, but we had a connection with the beer, so it's more like we have something really good. And, send a snap or text each other, like, oh, I had this new beer. But it was kind of cool, and I wish that I could get to that point. And I shouldn't say I should wish. Like, I should just work towards it. But being able to be that person, just, like, see someone sitting there and just be like, hey, how's your day going? But I get really bad anxiety. I think they're going to think,
I know.
Like, oh, is this girl hitting on me? Is she creepy? Does
That's
she want
the
a
worst
cigarette?
part.
Like, I don't know.
And sometimes you can run into that. Like, I understand the anxiety, like, with men, if you're trying to make friends with a guy.
Yeah.
Like, you're worried that you might come off as hitting on them. Like, I understand that 100%. But the anxiety that comes with approaching a woman, like, I never would think that a woman would be like, ooh, step off me, creep.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm a woman. Like, I'm just trying to be friends. But I've had that happen.
Oh, yeah.
I've sat next to a girl at a party, a little tiny party, granted.
Yeah.
And I sat next to her, and she was all like, are you hitting on me? And I was like, whoa, calm down. Like, I was just sitting here because there's no room anywhere else. Like,
yeah.
But she just, I was so weird.
Were you hitting
She's
her?
hot. She was hot. Like, it's hard to say, looking back on it, that I didn't have other intentions, and I'll be honest about that. But I also
that wasn't
just,
your
like,
main intention.
my intention was find a seat. And also maybe talk to her because she seemed really cool. And just because she's hot doesn't mean I want to bone her. Like,
well, there's this girl at the bank that I go to for work, and I think she's so cool. And she's always like, how's it going? Like, super nice, but her job is to be nice.
God, that's
so that's also a hard, like, I'm trying to decide, like, what that means. But she, like, compliments my glasses and my jacket.
The
like,
compliments are so misleading.
Yes, because I'm like, do you really think I'm cool? Because you don't have to do this. Like, I'm still banking here. It's actually for my job. Like, you don't have to compliment me, like, to get me to stay.
Yeah.
But I, like, I'm like, do you want to, You want to get coffee after you're done when you're off? Like I want to.
I know, but even coffee can sound misleading to a girl. It's like, well, I don't swing that way, and it's like I wasn't asking you to swing my way. I was asking you for coffee.
And let's be real, girls are fucking mean.
They can be.
They can be really mean. I mean, I feel like that's really true, and I'm not trying to say everyone is.
I've never met a guy who's like, I have friend issues. I have problems making friends.
Yeah.
Like, it's very rare to come upon a guy that does that.
Issues, and it is because of, like, if we're talking about, like, our, like, age group, how we grew up and what we saw in the media and what we were told, and I think a lot of things factor in, but everyone's self-conscious. Everyone's nervous. So, but we put on, like, more of a bitch front versus, like, any other.
We're trying to be cool, but it's coming off as a bitch. Like, I am so guilty of that, and it's I don't even do it intentionally. I'm just like, sometimes I don't want to be talked to, so there's that, but there's also just like, I don't know you, so this makes me uncomfortable too. Like,
do you know your Myers-Briggs personality?
Yeah, I do.
What are you?
INTJ.
Oh, cool, me too.
Really?
Yeah.
The exact same thing?
I think so. Wait, right?
I thought you...
Or am I an INFJ?
I think you said
I'm
F
an INF.
at one point.
Yes, I can't remember that. But...
You feeling instead of...
Yes, so I'm an INFJ, but my introverted side, so when I took this thing...
What does the T stand for? What am I?
You're, so feeling and...
Because I know I'm a logical...
Intuition? No. So, intuitive...
Judgy. The J stands for judgment.
Yeah. Judging, and then...
Logical is something in there, but I don't know which one that is. It's not an
So it's
L.
like introverted and extroverted, intuitive, and something else. Feelings versus perceiving. And then J is judging, and T is something else. But my introvertedness is like...
On the cusp of extroverted, I think.
I thought that, but when I've taken this, and I've done this multiple times, like, I'm 74% introverted and 26% extroverted. So I feel when I go places, like, I just shut down. If I don't know people, like, I come off rude because I don't know how to talk
I do that too. And Derek knows for sure how that works.
Yeah, like, I just put, like, a wall up, and I want to talk to them, but I'm just like,
There's nothing to talk about sometimes, and it's hard to just do small talk when it feels so ingenuine.
I'm not good at that fake small talk. I don't want to, and
That's why I suck at customer service, though.
I've reached
I can't do the small
point
talk.
in my life that I'm like, I have, like, I'm too old to be chasing around friends and doing small talk that isn't real.
It's
like,
a lot of energy.
Yeah, like, I want people in my life, and I want certain things, but it has, like, I want it to be genuine. So, yeah, that's why I also can't do that small talk.
Mm-hmm.
But I was, like, thinking about that the other day when we all did our Myers-Briggs.
Derek,
We got a note from the producer.
Oh, we did get a note.
This is for the end of the show.
Oh. Okay. Cool. We went to a Christmas party. One of my fiance's Christmas party.
One of your fiancés?
One of my fiancés.
Tell us about the others.
Derek over there.
Yeah,
we went
tell us.
We went to his his Christmas parties, and it was really interesting because it was in the dean's house. He works at a college, and it was in the dean's house, and it was very, very fancy and nice, and I definitely liked the aesthetic of it all, but it wasn't even crowded, but just the fact that I didn't really know anybody there was really, really tough. And he had a fucking person come up and ask him if I was autistic or something, because I wasn't talking to people. She's like, is your fiance okay? Like, what's up with her? And I could hear you guys talking about me, and I was like, I'm just gonna eat my heart out over here at the fucking hors d'oeuvre table, because I went over there to grab another piece of pie or something. I don't know who that was, but they were
I
like...
don't remember that, but I don't doubt that it didn't happen.
No, it was that late. I don't know. I'm not going to describe her, but some lady was like, oh, your wife is weird. Like, and I'm like, or not wife, but, soon to be wife.
It's okay.
We still got a little bit of time. A little bit of time until you can leave. You have time if you want out.
You can still back out. How many deposits have you guys made?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. But it was just really, like, to me, that it comes off as weird that I don't talk to people, but it's just like, and I fall back on my phone a lot too.
Yes, that's actually one of my,
and I'm not proud of it.
Yeah, things that I want to break is, like, I'll go somewhere and I'll be by myself, or I'll feel alone, even though I'm surrounded by people, whatever it is. And my instinct is, let me pretend someone texted me, or let me text someone so they text me back. Let me look at Instagram, whatever it might be.
Somebody's texting you on Instagram.
No, I just got a picture from my roommate.
Is it a dick pic?
I hope so, because she's a woman. No, it's just really lame. She just thought it was a picture of her, but it wasn't a picture of her.
Weird.
That's what she said. I thought this was a picture of me, but it's not.
It was an ass picture.
Yeah, it was from like the back. Yeah. So she thought.
Okay. I like your roommate.
Oh, they're pretty great. Yeah, I have cool roommates. I'm their basement rat.
Cool.
Who?
Chad.
That's right. Okay.
I don't know. They won't care. Man, I really got a cough, but I feel like we're on this.
You know what? Just
Just
let
go
it
with
out.
I'm just do it over
Just
here.
let it out. Let the cough out. Good job.
I've been sick. Sorry, guys.
Go listen to any episode of Sports Program or Basement Boys. Available on the Types of Poorly Network.
Yeah, they hawk
TypesOfPoorly.com.
loogies on that podcast.
Oh, no.
They'll just spit in each other's mouths
that's
back
not
and
true.
forth.
But we cough a lot.
I worked 36 days straight. Yesterday was my first day off.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was awful, but I got a cold that lasted, I think, the whole time. And I feel like I'm just now getting over it.
Dude, that
I feel
article.
like my voice is going to change over the course of the next few episodes.
That article did
Because I
talk
wrote
about this, about how and
About
sorry, just one more time, this article quoted, we speculated that many people felt bad by felt awful because growing demands for more productivity and longer hours at work side by side with greater job insecurity. So they retreated after work, putting less effort into their connections with friends and neighbors.
Oh, I do agree with that. Like, I work a ton, and that does make it hard to, like,
Same.
have new things. Like,
You have like 3 jobs.
Yeah, that's exactly how many I have.
Right?
Yeah,
Is it
it's
still-
3.
yeah.
Yeah. And that makes it really hard.
Granted, they're like dream jobs,
They're fantastic. Like, I am so lucky where
but
I'm
you're
at.
working so much.
But also because I'm an introvert and I work customer service where I'm with
Mm.
people all the time, when I get home, I am so mentally exhausted that, like, I want to hang out with people maybe at my house, watch a movie, low-key, super low-key, though, because can't go and, like, I can't put on my extroverted face to go to a big group thing because I do it all day at work.
Yeah, you
so
save that shit for the
also-
weekends.
Yeah, it makes it really hard.
The weekends are my go-to thing for... What are you laughing at?
Yeah,
Interrupting our podcast.
better be good.
One of our viewers is Ward from,
Oh, the
Other
manager.
show.
Oh, shit.
and he just said, I can't wait to spit in each other's mouths.
Oh, lovely. Oh, I forgot. The reason I put cucumbers in these drinks is because I like to have snacks.
Oh,
And
my
then
God.
also when they're boozy snacks, they're better.
They're like Jell-O shots, but
So
cucumbers and healthy.
Yeah, so I forgot to say, like, that's part of the reason I like to put actual things in my drinks.
I like that.
That's it, yeah.
Next time, I think I'll do
Classy.
something with like Cheetos. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
yeah.
Cheetos and whiskey. I'm just kidding.
Jalapeno, flaming hot Cheetos and some whiskey. Just stir that around.
Oh,
really
God.
let that whiskey bloom.
Gross. And it's like milk in there.
Mm.
Oh, yuck. I'm going to eat this now because it's dripping everywhere.
Yeah, I want to eat mine too.
Except I'm not going to crunch into the mic, I promise.
I have misophonia. You guys know what that is?
Is that something to do with crunching?
The hatred of sound.
Oh.
So, like, hating people
A weakness,
eating.
you say.
Yeah. Clicking pens, typing. Like, I had to go to therapy. I am so much better than I am, but I went to, like, this EMDR movement. EMDR therapy that people use when they have PTSD and OCD, which I have.
The OCD part,
Yeah. And it helped. And, like, so it's not as bad, but it would give me points where, like, I'd have straight up panic attacks. Like,
So ASMR videos are not for you.
oh, I cannot. Don't ever send me those.
I secretly love them. I also love that one fear of like the multiple holes in things. Like
Also
I know
me. I hate it. It's
I
so
love
gross.
it.
Oh, ooh, I'm sweating talking about it.
Okay, I won't talk about it too much. I can't remember what it's called. It's like trypophobia with the multiple holes. I don't know.
I was gonna ask about ASMR. You stole my thunder on that. A good call on there. I was also about the whole thing. There's that tattoo artist that is doing the whole thing now.
Yeah, I showed you.
Yeah, it's cool.
Ew, doing
No,
the tattoos
it
where it
looks-
looks like it's just holes.
Yeah,
Like,
like beehives.
It looks cool.
It looks so fucking cool.
I want to
It
see
looks
it, but
cool.
it makes me nervous.
I
Like
posted it to the
Lotus-
Reddit page.
The lotus pods, they actually like make me kind of want to vomit a little bit.
I don't
and
know.
it's
I just
weird.
want to put my finger in them. Is that weird?
No, I think
I just want to finger all them holes.
I think you have another good drop. Save that. I think there's two kind of people. You either like hate them so much, or you're like,
I just want to like.
hey,
It's
give me
something.
those holes. Like
It's the texture. I'm a texture person. I just want to like run my hand along the edge of it, and that might just be me. But like I follow the Reddit page for that phobia, which I can't remember what it's called. It's like trypophobia or something.
it is something like that. It definitely starts with a T.
Yeah, and
Our listeners will
I'll-
tell us if we're
I'll
wrong.
follow it and I'll post shit that I find, and they get so. I mean, they all like throw up every time I post something. But
You're
I'm
that
always
per-
like,
you're like a secret troll on there. Like,
well, no, because
phobia
that's what
page.
it's for, and they just everybody. That's like everybody.
Oh, everyone's
so-
posting stuff.
For some reason, people who are afraid of it follow the subreddit.
Oh.
I don't know why. It's sadistic, but
Trypophobia.
trypophobia. That's right. Okay, it's
Yeah, fear of holes.
You got
I
a
mean,
producer
it's not
here
a
to
phobia for
check
me.
facts.
Yeah.
it's
That's
a
perfect.
it's a philia for me. It's,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trypophilia?
Like, I don't want it on myself personally. I don't want to see that shit on my skin. Like, I would probably get the fear of it if it was on me, but
Don't you think that's kind of a thing, though, to follow stuff on Reddit that does bother you, though? I follow a lot of
Isn't
cringe
it?
stuff that
Oh, I was
does
gonna say I follow
actively,
cringy things.
that
Yeah.
does actively bother me, but I follow them anyways, and I
Oh,
look
man,
at
I
Well, I
live
think that's
for
one
the
of those
cringe.
like glutton for punishment kind of thing. You're like, oh, I hate it so much, but I can't look away. Like, or I'm like, you're just testing yourself constantly. I don't know.
Mm.
Like, I follow this one. Like, she's like a pathologist or something, but she posts like some super graphic, like photos of people's like thumbs only hanging on by like the thinnest piece of skin, and I'm like,
I love medical gore.
yeah, I like freaks me out so much, but I can't stop staring at it. And it's always on Instagram, so things that are like blurred photos where you have to click it.
Oh,
You know,
I love
it's
it.
like sensitive
I love
content, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna click that.
Yeah, I click it every time.
Or crime scene.
I work at a place that I work alone almost the entire 10 hours.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I'll sit there and just be on my phone. And I've had people walk past occasionally and get pissed off at me that I'm on my phone. And I'm like, I'm still doing my job. Shit's still running. Like, I'm just on Reddit.
Yeah.
And then, like, but I do have to be careful when I do click on those NSFW posts. Because if the wrong person walks past, they'll be like, what are you looking at them titties for? And I'll be like,
They're
well,
severed.
They're severed. It's research, sir. Has nothing to do with lumber, but it's research. I
Or
don't
when
know.
I put some titties in the mill.
Yeah.
Just grind them up. Serial killers.
All right. Well, I want to save the coworker
Yeah.
talk for later, but I was gonna get into coworkers because I do have some interesting coworkers that I could talk about as far as like the dynamic of being friends with your coworkers is such a fucking.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a long episode.
Yeah, because
like,
I had some. Okay,
Oh,
I
yeah.
got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
on that one.
that might be. I mean, that could be like our second or third episode because
we
that's such an easy one to talk
Oh
about.
yeah, and it's everyone.
Because we're
experience.
always
everyone who
with-
has a million friends still has
the coworker
the
friend
coworker. Like, do I become friends with this
Or
person? And the
the
dynamic.
enemy.
Yeah,
or the enemy, the friend.
I've
the
got both of
frenemy.
those.
I have a frenemy and enemies at work,
Me
and
too.
also like one friend. So
I have like one work friend.
me too.
Yeah.
I think you can narrow it down to just one person being your friend, like the one person you can kind of trust. Like I'd say I trust him like an 85%, like 85%. Anyways,
Yeah, we'll come back.
We'll
'Cause
come-
I'm like, should I tell you more?
I
No,
know I
we'll
really
do
want to
another
talk about it.
episode.
It's such a fun topic talking about work friends.
Yeah.
But we're gonna save the work friends for another episode.
Yeah.
This episode was just introducing us and this cocktail. I'm gonna make my cocktail now because
You want
you're
me to-
out.
You want me to get this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want this or do you want the actual?
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
all of
that's
it.
the lemon. Okay.
Bring it all on up. I gotta like down this drink real fast.
I didn't realize I drank mine so quick. It was so delicious. I got some.
Shoot,
Here's 2 limes.
that's perfect.
Do you want me to grab these cups?
Yeah. The ginger ale is somewhere. On the ground,
Oh,
maybe?
found it. Yep.
All right. I don't know what this drink is called.
It's
But
called
it's also a ginger ale, kind of
the BP.
gin and tonic of sorts. And I'm using one of my favorite gins, which is New Amsterdam.
New Amsterdam is a good gin. That's like the good. It's not too expensive. Like, it's not expensive.
It's not.
But it's a solid gin.
It's really smooth,
Yeah.
and that's why I really like it.
Oh, also, we should, for the people who can't see us, we should note that we're drinking these like in mugs because that's who we are as people.
Yeah, we don't own fancy glasses. We have wine glasses, but I never use wine glasses.
I actually have a variety of like wine glasses. I have different types of beer glasses. I have cocktail glasses, but I like a handle, and I like a mug. It's kind of cozy, you know, when I'm home, cuddled up watching Friends, and I can just hold my mug, because that's what I do all the time.
Yes, I use pints, like the kind of beer.
Oh yeah, those
pints,
are my other things.
because I get them when I go to brew fests and stuff.
Yeah. So.
I feel like a good topic for another episode too. I was thinking about this. You guys are talking about coworker friends.
Yeah.
A good topic for the future would also be like go-to shows.
Oh yes.
Like Friends.
Oh, we could also have a whole.
Oh yeah, this podcast isn't about Friends.
Yeah.
The show.
Yeah.
It's what Caitlin was like.
It will be. People should be prepared. I will make a lot of Friends references. I'm sorry.
But go to shows and media.
Oh yeah,
and
for
stuff.
sure.
Yeah.
Mostly I'll
TV's
be talking
my favorite
about
thing,
dicks
so.
and titties, but I'm
Yeah.
sorry and ahead of time. I'm just an awful person. I'm gonna put 1 shot of lemon juice in each, or maybe half a shot. That might, half a shot sounds good.
However much. I'll have lemon.
It was supposed to be lime. I don't even know why I put the lemon juice in actually, because the lime is what I was supposed to put in.
That's okay.
But
It's.
I'm winging this, guys. I just invented this drink.
Skate made like a lavender gin and.
Oh my god, his hibiscus ones.
Oh yeah, they're good.
Skate, by the way, is
our best friend.
He is so nice. He gave me a last podcast on the left patch that's called, it's like, it says Hail Satan on it, and I wear it to work, and I get so many looks.
And he's now the owner of Hogan's in Clarkston, which is our area that we're in.
Which is the
Clarkston,
best
Washington.
bar.
If you go to anywhere in Washington to drink, go to Skate's bar, Hogan's. In Clarkston, Washington. He's so nice,
and he's such a good. So I just listened to another podcast. I don't know. I'm just gonna tell everyone, listen to Ologies. It's the best podcast if you're into science and funny things. She had a mixologist on there, but he doesn't really like being called. Apparently, people don't really like being called mixologists. They like to be called like cocktail chefs.
I'm an artist.
I feel like I did listen to that podcast or that episode. It was one of my favorites, and now I'm not remembering it. But
I didn't put enough
mixologist is just no. You didn't put enough gin. Mixologist is just like the name that they don't want to go by, and I found that very interesting. So I'm not gonna call Skate a mixologist.
I'm just gonna call him my bartender.
I'm gonna call him a cocktail chef, my bro, my pal.
He is my pal.
Josh,
Shout out to
though?
Skate.
A porter.
Oh yeah, I work.
He is a mixologist.
Wait. No, so people are mixologists.
But he's
Oh
really,
no!
But he does that.
What? Oh, we need a bottle opener.
It's right there. It's right there next to that water bottle.
He does that stuff where he can throw the bottle around and stuff.
Yeah, and you can go to school,
stuff.
but people
Great guy too. Hello, Josh. We're gonna do a The Office podcast eventually.
like about The Office.
Like literally.
Really quick, I'm gonna shout out what these are. I'm using a lavender infused simple syrup.
Did you get that from my work?
I did. I got it from your work, ampersand. In downtown Lewiston,
and
beautiful
Moscow.
Downtown Lewiston and Moscow, Idaho. Yeah, it's
all natural.
It's super tasty. I could like sip it by itself.
It's good.
Because I love the taste of lavender. Shit, what did I do with the bottle opener? Thank you.
I have mixed emotions on lavender, and this is like I think it can be really good, but some of them can be too soapy. So.
Oh, for sure. It's the flowery. If it's done wrong, it's awful. It tastes like an old lady's cooch.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I was.
Not
gonna
that
say.
I know what that sounds. I mean that.
I know what it sounds and tastes like.
We all have grandmas, guys. It's good. I was holding the one that was open.
Who wants to suck on my cooch?
My titties. All right, and god damn.
Let me just help you.
Thank you. Yes.
Fever
Okay.
tree.
The I'm using a Fever Tree ginger ale from the liquor store. It was just there, and it sounded really yummy.
Have you ever had Fever Tree before?
I have. I've used it as a mixer before.
I really like theirs, and their ginger's kind of spicy, that's what I like in a good ginger beer, is it's spicy.
Yes, I love ginger tea because I love the bite.
Me too. Again, I think that goes with us being like...
Gingers? We're both gingers
We are.
naturally, right?
Yeah, I'm naturally a redhead, but tomorrow I have a hair appointment, so I'll go back to gray.
Back to gray. I wish I could do the gray. I really do. But I feel like I'm going to keep it all natural for the wedding.
Yeah.
But, here you go. I just mixed...
Let's see if I can
Please
find that
tell me if
article.
this is okay. I really didn't measure anything out. It could be fucking
Dude,
awful.
these are boozy, everyone.
Oh, God. That's actually really good.
Oh,
Fuck.
yeah. Research finds people who like gin and tonics are more likely to be psychopaths.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is... If you enjoy bitter flavors such as gin and tonic, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you might be a psychopath, is what this...
I love bitter things. I love sour things.
Oh, me too.
I don't know. I love all of it. I'm not a very picky eater or drinker.
The only thing I hate is, like, food-wise, is olives. I don't like that briny, metallic taste.
Oh, yeah, that can get old. That can get, like, it can make your teeth chatter a little bit. It can make them hurt. It's like chewing on a metal gum wrapper. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what it tastes. It's like that tinny, metallic. But other than that, I'm not very picky, and it comes to
This
drinks,
is actually
too.
really good. Shit.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
And I think it might have to do a lot with that ginger ale. I really do give the ginger ale a thumbs up. It's something that's like, do you want to taste?
Yo. Yes,
It's
please.
really good. The lavender thing, you can barely taste how flowery it is, but
it's nice. It's a nice subtle note in there that it is there. You know it's
Oh, it's
there.
good.
And if it was missing, it would taste different.
That's nice.
it probably would, yeah. I mean, I don't know. You're like the expert.
That's really nice. I like that.
Yeah. It's like drinking.
No one really
Perfume.
complimented mine, but it's fine.
No, it was good.
I didn't have
It got
yours.
that buzz going for me.
I'm not mad because a gin and tonic is a gin and tonic.
No,
Like,
for sure. I was gonna compliment how good the cucumber tasted afterwards.
It's a nice addition.
But you guys were talking, and so
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna interrupt. But the fucking cucumber at the end,
my favorite
it
part.
was so good. It's like eating a gummy bear that's been soaked in vodka.
Yeah, that's
but
why I
it's
like-
gin and it's a cucumber.
Yeah, that's why I like drinks that come with food in them. There's this place in Moscow. It's like a build your own Bloody Mary bar. It is cool because you
I
just
don't
pick.
like Bloody Marys.
Me either. I don't really. I'm not. They're too heavy to drink.
It's like eating
Yeah.
salsa.
But I like all the toppings that come on, like all the pickled vegetables and stuff. And so when I went, I was like, "Can I order a mimosa and then just get a plate of all the pickled items that I want?" And she's like, "Yeah, okay." And
Wow.
It was the
Get out of here,
best.
you weirdo.
Yeah, she probably was like, "Oh."
And we don't serve your kind here.
I think people say that a lot about me.
They say it a lot about me too, because I'm like an out and proud ginger.
Yeah, you are.
So-
I used to be, but I've always wanted gray hair.
Great, it looks so pretty. I just feel like
Now
I
it's
don't have the
blonde right
skin
now.
tone for it because I'm pale as fuck
Yeah, look at me.
and pink as fuck.
I'm just as pale as you. I just got freckles.
Yeah.
You're just like a perfect Snow White.
No, I'm not. I have freckles on my elbows and my hands and my knees and my face, but I just cake on that makeup.
Let's go and you saying "aw" made me think about this. Let's talk about how we became to become friends because I want to.
We do need to go over that.
I wanna
What
read
time
this
are we
to
at?
everyone. A long time. That's why I said it. I don't know actually.
You're fine.
Okay.
Thank you, producer Derek,
AKA one of her fiancés.
one of my fiancés.
One of many. Okay. I think. Do you want to say something?
I was wondering if you could give me a couple more
Yeah, just
words like that in there.
just give me a second. It's gonna be a little.
Bartender Caitlin.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna mix you a few.
My dog is
This
laying
is
on my
a,
feet,
Of the
and it's
finest.
super cute.
How
This
many-
is a.
How many you want?
let's
Three,
do
7?
3, and
Okay.
then yeah.
Three, and then we'll talk about it later.
This is a thing that happens on Basement Boys pretty regularly too, where
Get my
I
puppy
sit
up
by
here
the
on my
fridge.
lap.
That makes
on
sense.
That show as
Because after I finish this gin and tonic, I got some secret beers in my backpack.
Sounds good.
I love that.
Okay. So I think, as I was complimenting you, your face, your dewy Snow Whitey face.
It's really red right now because I'm a little tipsy.
I think we should tell everyone how we kind of... So, we became known of each other's existence in the world.
Thanks to a mutual friend. Kind of. Yeah, I'm gonna say Mindy.
Oh, I know.
Hey, thanks, Mindy.
Well, I wanted to make sure we were agreeing. I didn't know you were going to say Derek.
Mindy, the owner of Fourth Wall.
Yeah.
In downtown, beautiful downtown Lewiston.
Is a longtime friend of the Time Spent Poorly Network, and she has been on Basement Boys.
She's very supportive.
And very supportive.
Yeah.
And actually, eventually, probably will have a show on the network. That's something we've talked about.
Oh, yeah.
She is you can say her. She's
I wasn't concerned if I could say her name. I wanted to make sure we were thinking of the same person.
I definitely thought of Mindy.
Me too, but then I didn't know because technically I knew Derek. You know, like I didn't know which triangle you were gonna go with.
I knew you before, but when you guys started talking,
it was Mindy.
Well, I'll add to that later.
Anyways, yes, Mindy. Hello.
Because we're both artists. We're
all artists.
Anyway, hello, Mindy. Hello
out there. We're artists. So she owns a gallery. And I work there, and Bree's shown art there, and we both buy art there. A lot of,
You've shown art there, too.
Yeah, I've done that a time or two.
I'll do it one time.
I love that sound. It's just like,
reminds you of my child.
Yeah. Back when I'd be cracking those cold ones.
Daddy, why? Daddy. No? You don't like that? Okay.
So that's kind of, so we knew of each other's existence, I feel like, from there, but we never really talked, and then we added each other on Facebook because I feel like both appreciate each other's art style. It's very different, but we both
I was told specifically by Mindy that I should be friends with you.
Oh, I was told that too, but again, we don't know how to do that, so it was like, we're gonna make the first step.
And
Facebook
I was like,
friends.
Pew, pew.
It's official. So then, did you come to my class before you sent me this message?
I've never been to a single one of your classes.
No,
I mean class. not your painting classes, but your cooking classes. I went to one before or after I messaged you.
Oh, okay. So
I definitely messaged you first, and then I was like, hey.
And I'm gonna be in your class.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna read this message that I got from Bree.
Oh God, I don't remember any of this.
It's the sweetest message I've ever got from any person. I don't know why we aren't a thing.
Well, there's a picture of us right there.
It's so cute. Okay, I don't know why we aren't a thing, but you're my dream girl. Seriously. You art, you cook, you cool. I'm gonna slip my friend resume under your door and see where this gets me. And then my response was, this may be the best message I ever received. And they said, yeah, it's so funny. I did tell her I needed 3 references and a cover letter to be able to accept that application. And then it all went from there. And then I feel like we talked online for a long time. Or not like a long time.
Not like, the like references were easy. The cover letter, not so much.
Yeah. But it was one of those things where we talked online, and then you came to my class, and then I was all kind of Twitter-pated that you were there.
Who did I bring? I think I brought my dad first. Yeah.
And I was kind of...
Oh.
Shut up.
And I was all nervous. I was like, hey girl, did you like the dinner? Was cool or anything?
Yeah, and then I brought my mom. I introduced you to my parents before anybody else, I guess.
Yeah.
I know, me and Derek still have to go to a class.
And then your mom thinks that we are your mom's so nice to me.
She actually really loves you. She's like, you need to be friends with this girl because she can cook and I don't have to teach you if you just be friends with her.
She'll feed you.
She'll feed you.
Yeah, no, that's kind of how our friendship...
She's like all the types of things that I wish I was, which is a fucking awesome person with food and cooking, and I wish I was as good of a cook as you. I paid a lot of money
to do this.
Yeah, you did pay a lot of money, but you're good at it, and you know your shit. You have the taste buds for it, which is great, because I'm like, you know what sounds good today? Taco Bell. I'm so sophisticated. And just going to your classes was a treat. And it was so nice. I was like, I'm gonna make this when I get home. And I think I did make the skewers that.
Oh yeah, that I made so fucking spicy.
They were so hot, and I loved it.
Spicy.
They burned my butthole.
Yeah. That's one of those tricks so. You don't know how spicy a jalapeno is gonna be.
Yeah, I
It's a
grew them this year for the first time
It's
in my
a
garden.
straight gamble. Like
It is.
It's a game that you're playing with. Will your butthole burn when you finish your meal? Like it is.
Just like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Except for it's not
it's
a
the
game.
same game.
It's not a game. You're gonna burn your butthole every time you eat Taco Bell. It's just a guarantee. So we're just
This
gonna.
is a great drink.
Okay, we're just gonna be really awkward and silent after the butthole jokes.
No, I love the butthole jokes. I just had another drink while you did that, and I was like, this drink is still good.
You know what? These don't burn.
Everyone does the same thing in that room. You guys. Like, nobody cares. There's books published. Everyone poops. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm not embarrassed. I poop. I poop once a day. I'm very regular.
So we've covered the bases
That's
on this
so lucky.
podcast. We've covered the bases.
Yeah.
Bases
How often
like
do you poop?
poop, dicks, tits, food, friendship, and of course being alone. Sorry. That was my drink.
5 minutes.
Should we wrap it up?
What? What's in 5
Only if you want.
We got 5 minutes.
No, I mean, 5 minutes to be an hour.
Okay, well, let's talk about our New Year's
How long do
resolutions.
you guys want to hear us? Tweet
You
in
can-
now and
You can go as long as you want.
Well,
but you want at least an hour.
We're not gonna go too far over an hour just because we know like we ramble. We're sorry. We're 2 gin and tonics down.
want
people are gonna love this.
People want that.
The fans are gonna go crazy for this content.
What fans?
The fans that are tweeting in live. We just got one now.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
we didn't.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm actually more embarrassed if people are actually watching this.
Okay. Well, you know, we're 2 gin and tonics down. Let's talk about those
Thanks,
New
guys.
Year's resolutions.
I am embarrassed, but I do appreciate you guys.
Yes.
But really, tweet in. Do you want us to keep going?
You know what? I'm sorry that for our first podcast we didn't show more cleavage. We'll work on that in the future.
As the weather changes.
As the weather changes,
Wardrobe.
you'll get to see ankles and all.
I'm getting the vapors over here.
Yes. All right. Well, I want to talk about our New Year's resolution because today is January 1st, 2019. And I think we all got a lot of stuff we want to work on. I know I do.
Okay, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I'll go first. So, one of my New Year's resolutions from last year, though, was making friends. And I do really think that I have come a long way from last year because last year I was struggling with getting over some friend breakups.
Mm-hmm.
And I was having a really, really hard time. I mean, those breakups weren't even from last year. They were from years before, but I was just still struggling. And I think that once I got rid of Facebook, once I kind of like counted my blessings and the fact that I know who I know now, and I'm friends with who I am now, I feel like I'm actually like doing better mentally and emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a whole new set of friends, and yeah, so my New Year's resolution was to make friends, and I feel like I've accomplished that for 2018. 2019, my new resolution is to lose a little bit of weight for the wedding, obviously, because I want to fit into a nice dress.
Sweating for the wedding.
Sweating for the wedding. And, I don't know, I would really love for this podcast to take off and for us to be a regular thing because I've talked about podcasting before a lot. It's a regular part of my life, like a super, super regular part of my life, other people's podcasts, because I work alone, and so all I do is listen to podcasts every day, and I'm like, God, I have ideas, and it'd be nice to execute them, and this was my, kind of like, my baby. Like, I wanted to have this podcast be a thing. And, yeah, I don't know. My other resolutions aren't really coming to mind because I'm 2 gin and tonics down, guys. And we didn't measure these gin and tonics out.
This could be 7 gin and tonics.
Yeah, I might come up with something later on when you guys are talking. So, that was, I mean, my main one is to lose weight for this. And, I guess a New Year's resolution would be another one would be halfway through the year when I'm able to, like, spoiler alert, I hope I can quit my job. I work at the lumber yard in a couple months, like, not a couple months, but like 6 months after the wedding, after we're married, and go back to school. I want to go back to school.
Yeah.
Get my bachelor's at least, or take other classes, figure out my life, basically, and sell art, like, do my side hustle on the side through Instagram. hopefully it takes off. I'll work part-time to help pay rent. And I'm really, really lucky to have somebody who's supportive of me, a.k.a. Derek.
Hell yeah.
So.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So what's yours, Caitlin?
Okay, well, I'm going to chime in about the podcast in the sense that I'm the same way. So I used to work in customer service. I commuted to. So I listen to podcasts all the time. I have a really large list that I listen to weekly. And I've wanted to do a podcast for a long time. But I couldn't decide, what was that thing that's going to be different? So I'm hoping that our little dynamic will be it.
There's a lot of dating podcasts out there, but not a lot of friendship ones.
Exactly. So I'm hoping that this, takes off too. So I'm very excited about it. My resolution is, so it's a little long-winded, but 2018, rough year. I was, the very beginning, I'm just going to break it down for everyone. Trying to figure out my life without my mom, and my marriage ended, and I lost my job. It was, everything, ended for me at the end of 2017. So 2018, going into it, was really hard. And I was working once I, got another job, I was trying to make ends meet and figure out, how to be alone, and even just in a relationship sense, and, I was also still, holding on to the hopes of, my marriage will come back, but that didn't work. So I was dealing with, divorce for the 6 months, basically, and then I had to, move out, and I moved 3 times, and all these things. It was just really turbulent. It was really awful. But now I'm at a point, the last few months, that, I feel really secure on my feet. I have amazing roommates. I have really good support system, and I love my job, and I've worked really hard.
All 3 of your jobs?
Yeah, all 3 of them. I love them. They're hard to do. But I was saying yes to everything. I didn't want to upset anyone because I don't know. I felt like I was really sad and really upset. I was taking every opportunity, whether that was for work. I'd work all the time. I'd hang out with anyone anytime they asked me. So for 2019, my biggest resolution is self-care, in the sense of I'm going to really consciously, I don't have to work all the time. I don't have to hang out with everyone all the time. I'm going to take time for me. And because I do feel like I'm the healthiest I've been mentally in a long time in that year, a lot of things have happened, but I do feel like I'm at the best space that I've been. But now I need to, continue that. So it's going to be, really weighing out I want to make new friends. I would love to get in a relationship, but I want to meet healthy people that, support that. And I'm not going to say yes to everything, drop everything to do things for other people like I was. So that's my biggest resolution, is, really focus on, I'm going to be really selfish this year in 2019.
Good.
And I'm not embarrassed to tell people that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've really worked on that too, about being more selfish about, with other friendships that I have. I'm friends with a girl living in California right now, and we are both at the understanding that, just because we flake on each other doesn't mean that we hate each other.
Yeah.
And that it's just, a mental health thing for both of us. If one of us feels like not hanging out with the other, back when she was living here.
Yeah.
Then it's completely fine. She'll be back for a week or so there's none of that. There's no flaking on that.
Yeah.
But we can't just, we can make plans and feel like making plans at one point in time, but if something comes up or we're not feeling like ourselves, we don't feel like we should put each other out to hang out if we're not in the frame of mind to hang out at the time.
Be honest, because the people that I'm closely with and do understand that I've had anxiety, I've had PTSD, I've gone through a lot of things the last couple years, and it's a hard time, so I need to remember that they know that, and they understand that.
And we're not just stupid millennials who are saying, we have anxiety and PTSD, all this, I know a lot of people are well, do you really have anxiety?
Yeah, it's
and it's yeah.
Yeah, and we can back that shit up, we can give you real,
I'll give you my receipts.
I feel so I need to, remember, too, is, I can be honest and be you know what? I worked all day, and it was hard, and I need to just watch Friends and not talk to people. And they'll be okay, so tomorrow? Or, whatever, happens. I need to remember that the people that I love and that I'm close with will understand that I can't always, and if they don't,
The people that
then that's then I can deal with that.
The people that do understand that are the people you need to keep around
exactly.
in your life. And
like,
the people
and
that
it's
don't
okay
understand
to be honest and be like, I need some time to myself, because I am a person that like I need to recharge. I need to plug in.
We're all
my
adults.
battery. Yeah,
we're all adults, and we all have our own lives, and that includes working. And sometimes, especially in this, economic climate, when we're working long hours, long days, sometimes you just need to be. I mean, I'm alone all day, every day at work, for the most part. And when I come home, I still need one moment to be alone. And I have a hard time, when Derek was here all last week because he's been off for Christmas vacation. And I come home and he's here and he's all like, oh, why are you so cranky? And I'm just like, I just got off work, and even though I was spending all that time alone, I just need
you have to transition from work you to just you.
I'm like, just let me take a shower, and I'll be fine when I take a shower.
Which is why when I commuted, I loved it, because I, for sure, had an hour to myself on the way to work and an hour to myself on the way back. Well,
perfect. I remember that time. I used to commute, too.
It was
and it was a charging
great, because
time.
I would listen to podcasts, or I'd listen to nothing, or I'd listen to music, or whatever it would be. And it was just time that I knew for sure there was no one else ever going to interrupt that. And that helped a lot. That's why, like, I could have moved down here to the location in Lewiston, but I wanted to keep working up there because I wanted that time. Like, I knew, and that, like, honestly, when I was married, like, it was really healthy for my marriage, because I'd come home and I'd already got my time out. So then our limited time together, it was like, okay, let's do XYZ, and I wasn't so like, give me, it was really
give
nice.
me a sec.
Yeah.
I just gotta like wash all this fucking sawdust out of my hair.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. So Derek, what's your New Year's resolution? Producer Derek.
Oh, I'm gonna hang out with Adam, my best man for the wedding. I'm gonna hang out with Adam. He's also a producer for Time Spent Poorly. He's one of them. He's the one that set up the website.
A nice guy. Really nice
Great guy. He's kind of a behind-the-scenes producer. He doesn't really do anything on the shows. So I'm going to hang out with him more this next year. I would like to go fishing. I went fishing one time last year.
Yeah.
I would like to go
at least 3?
A minimum of once a month.
I would like to go with you a couple of those times.
Yes.
Maybe I'll go. We can chime in. I love fishing.
It's super nice.
Great. I would love that.
Yeah.
I love fishing. I didn't have a lot of opportunities last year.
Yeah.
Do you have a fishing license?
No, I can get one.
They're
like $1, right?
They're like
They're
30.
15.
They're 30.
30, okay.
30. They're not that
They
bad.
last for 2 years.
You think
right?
30, yeah, I think it's 30.
I haven't gone fishing in long enough that mine has expired. So, I don't have
I've
one.
never owned a fishing license.
We would love, the more the merrier. Actually, Ward said he would go with us.
That's
too.
also the best thing about fishing. I'm just going to say it's like, it's plenty of time to tell stories. You just
That's
sit around
actually
and talk. I love that about
Sit
fishing.
around and eat.
You eat, drink, and just talk.
I actually rarely catch anything, so it's actually a great time
Me
just
too.
to actually hang out.
Well, I would love to learn how to actually gut a fish. And I know that's nasty.
I'll tell you. I'll show you.
I know you know because you're like an expert.
I also know because I have caught a fish once or twice.
I used to be a very, very vegan little child.
I want to boost the Time Spent Poorly network and keep working on like shows like this and just getting.
Hey
more...
we're the first female podcasters on this network.
I want to get more ears on the show.
More ears.
More ears to the ground.
More ears and eyes. I also this year I will be just about done with my
master's.
With my master.
That's so exciting.
Graduate degree. So I'm very excited.
And hopefully there will be a podcast about that. Not your getting your master's.
No, but about what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. That's really it. Just kind of working on just my side hustle. I have some goals for my career as well. But there's stuff outside of that too. So
for sure.
Yeah. Sports program though. That's the main one I'm working on for the network.
By the way, our producer Derek is one of the main hosts on sports program.
Which we just made a change.
Oh, what was
we
it?
were a sports program with Derek and Zach, and starting on tomorrow, we are the sports program on TSPN.
Oh, look
The,
at look at you guys.
The sports program. We actually we're going through a title change, and we're the sports program. with
So
Derek,
it's like one of those
Zach,
things.
and
It's
Alicia.
like same great taste, different packaging.
Well, it's because actually we added another co-host, Alicia Alexander. She is the sports information director at LCSE. So she is our other
So another
co-host.
woman.
Yeah, they're adding a woman.
Bring it on.
We did add her.
Women.
We added her on
Bring
for,
on
the
that
last, for
pussy.
the last couple months of
I forgot I have a
sports
straw.
program. But yeah. So she's only gonna do the Wednesday show. We do a Wednesday show and
Wait.
a Saturday show.
I know that today is Tuesday,
It is.
but
the first.
we will normally record on Sundays. What days will we be releasing our video
What
podcast.
can viewers /
like when
listeners
can they
expect?
download it?
If you do a show on if you guys
Do we just
do
wanna do it, like-
shows,
We could
consistently on
probably
Sundays,
let it loose on
On Monday?
Tuesdays.
Tuesday?
I can actually edit those and have them up on the website for Ward to release whatever day you want.
Okay, I just
So-
want to tell people when they can.
Because I'm gonna trim the beginning and the end and do a show. So that's the amount of work I'm going to do
Yeah.
on that part.
Which
of
is all we need.
So-
This
but
is pure
they can
gold
listen to you They can listen to you live though
on
every
Sundays.
Sunday that you do it
But-
right now, like
yeah.
they're doing on.
But for the regular podcast, can you edit out any embarrassing moments?
There will be.
If for some reason
No,
somebody
because
were
that's-
to say
that's
something
friendship.
they shouldn't,
Okay, if we say something so wrong.
like we've had
I would write down
3 gin and tonics.
I would
Yeah,
write
when we
down-
get to the point that we've had 3.
I would write down the time of when something happened.
Something
and
would be
I could
really
go and edit
bad.
that, but
I feel like-
realistically, this show's been great. I'll release it. I'll trim off the beginning and the end, and
You gonna trim
That's
off
a
this shit that we're talking about too?
nope.
No,
Great.
this is a
This is
mini
part of the show.
guys.
This is
part of the show.
episode 0.
I love listening to
This
people
is
just
ground
talk.
zero.
I could be wrong, but I could just listen to. So
You
I'm
know,
gonna tell
can I-
everyone real quick. My desk where I do my art is directly below a vent that I can hear everything happening upstairs, and they can hear everything. So they'll like look down on me and like look at me, or they'll like listen to what I'm listening to or talking about or whatever, and I do the same to them. It's so exciting to just know what's going on, and I think that podcasts, I love when I can just listen to people talk about nothing.
I know, like, as somebody who works at a job that doesn't, you don't get talked to on a regular basis, it's nice to hear people's conversations, even though, like, I know a lot of people do not like hearing people ramble on podcasts. It's not a thing, but, because they want content, they want subjects, they want content.
Well, it depends. I got podcasts that I listen to that are
Completely conversational?
yeah, that are just literally they got like a couple bits, and we will have like some set topics and like certain things, and we'll get to those when we actually do that, like in our format. But I also listen to ones that are very structured and are only
I love structured.
But I love both. I equally love both.
I love rambling only when it's comedic.
Yeah.
Like last podcast.
I like when I
on the
connect
left.
to people.
So, Basement Boys, the show I've been doing with Ward for quite some time. Well, I mean, we did it for quite some time, then we quit, and now we've been doing it again. So we're ending our run as Basement Boys on episode 100, and we are relaunching as the Times Been Poorly show, which I've been talking to Ward this entire show, and we want to have you both on. We want to have you both on the show.
We're so good.
To come talk about your show, obviously, to promote. But we talk about that formatting thing all the time, where it's like we want to have a format, but also at the same time we feel like the people that listen to our show have gotten used to the fact that we go off the rails.
Yeah.
I listen to your show and
It's hard to gauge.
and it's different for me because I know you guys and I like listening to you ramble because every once in a while you say my name.
It's true. I do mention you.
Say my name.
So, but yeah, no, that is another thing that is coming. I think within this year, though, is we will be starting the Times Been Poorly show on this network.
Is it a variety show?
It's just gonna be basically a lot like Basement Boys, but we're both in our late 30s, and we don't want to be called Basement Boys anymore.
Boy.
We're basement men now.
Well, I'm called at my house Basement Rat.
Oh.
So they call me BR. You know.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a cool. I've never had a nickname before.
Have we all lived in a basement at one point in our life?
This is
'Cause
my
I
first
have.
time, and I love it. Oh, I turned my thing off.
Did you?
I'm back on. No, I just turned my own volume off. I didn't turn it off. They call me Basement Rat, and I'm like, that's the lamest nickname, but I'm so into it because I've never had a nickname.
My grandma just called me, "Hey you," because I lived in my grandma's basement
Yeah, that makes
briefly.
sense.
Yeah, we'll talk about it another time because my
Let's-
grandma's basement was haunted.
Yeah, let's talk about our grandmas sometime. I've got some grandmas.
Yeah, well,
I
for
I got a handful of grandmas.
I do too.
4.
Yeah, same.
That's
Somewhat.
That's a regular number, right? Like 5?
4 is a regular number.
Yeah.
5 maybe. But yeah, we'll have to talk about
That means it's
all
ending.
sorts of
Okay.
stuff. Yeah, that means he wants us to shut up.
It was
No.
fun, guys. This fun while it lasted. We're being booted off.
We're,
Guess I
yeah,
can
That's
open-
not true.
we're
at an
being
hour
booed
15.
off.
I can open up that sour beer now.
Yeah, you can. I'm gonna drink the rest of that ginger tea, or ginger tree.
Fever tree?
Whatever.
This bitch is drunk.
I'm a little buzzed. I haven't had much to eat today, guys.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to this show.
Yeah. Outie.
Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel on YouTube.
And share.
And share. That'd be great.
Sure.
Tell your friends. Tell your family.
Actually,
please.
don't do any of
Tell
it.
your crazy uncle. We don't care. Tell
Shut
anyone.
up. Nobody wants to hear us.
No, do all of those things.
Yeah.
Do not listen to the ginger.
You never-
Ouch.
Just go there.
You never listen.
Do
to
all of those things, and also make sure you find them on Spotify and iTunes. You
I
can
mean, it
find
would
them
be
under
cool of you guys if
Times
you
Square
really
Forward.
liked us, but I mean, it's one episode, so you don't know if you really like
And
us.
follow them on Instagram at Friendish Podcast.
We're only doing this for the gram.
Yeah, we'll post all of our recipes and shit on Instagram. You're gonna see it on Instagram mostly at this point, but we'll also tweet. No Facebook. Fuck Facebook, guys. Come on.
Yeah, we're over Facebook.
Actually, that is actually something from the Times Square Forward network.
Shut up! It was my idea.
No, but we are consciously making an effort to switch all of our shows to YouTube, though. So that's why you should like and
So
subscribe
what are all
to
of them?
the Time Spent Poorly. Well, actually, we're all going through the
We
same
got a
YouTube
blog.
page.
We got Instagram. We got Twitter. And YouTube.
You can tweet me at CaitlinSaurusRex. You can find me on Instagram at Caitlin Harris or any. That's it. I'm just on there. You can find me on Facebook, but I
Don't.
won't respond.
Don't
So-
find on
Or
Facebook.
you can find us on Instagram as Friendish, the Friendish
Friendish
podcast.
Podcast.
So where can we find you, Brie?
I'm at Spoopy Doops on podcast on Instagram. I'm not buzzed. No.
Are you on Twitter? Do you have a
I
Twitter?
have a Twitter account, but I can't remember what it's called.
We'll let you know. Again, you can tweet me at CaitlinSaurusRex. I don't know how to use it, but that's my name.
Slide into my DMs.
On the Insta.
Send me dick pics.
Yeah, because she's looking for more fiancés. She's
I'm-
she's adding to her collection. So
Multiple.
slip in there
men.
because girl is ready.
Show me your clits. I'm just kidding. Wow. Please
Don't-
end this,
don't-
please.
If you like this content and more, go to timespentpoorly.fun. You can find more content, including Basement Boys, King Sports with Andrew King, or you can find a sports program with Derek and Zach, the sports program on TSPN, and now Friendish. Also, make sure you look for us on Spotify and iTunes, and now, of course, on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you, everyone. Have a great new year.